Oh, what is it called, babe?
Canyon of Doom.
Canyon of Doom. Don't die here. This is why, fam. This is like the worst merging thing ever. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, we're back and we've rebounded that basketball and we are about to explore how many shots we are going to sink into the hoop. It's going to be a lot, folks. It's going to be a lot.
I mean, you're probably right.
I am probably right. I'm Michelle.
I'm Rob.
And we're going to start this lot with what I'm going to call our appetizer, which is this little extra bag. And then we each have a box to open. Now, we were told originally that this was just going to be one box with, about a quarter of a second box. They went ahead and actually found some more basketball and just added it, and then still only charged us the $10 for the one box. So it's kind of like getting quite a bit of a bonus.
Yeah, and they weren't even gone through. We met the guy whose cards they were at the Target parking lot.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah.
Very grateful that they went through the cards and pulled out the basketball that we were looking for.
Yes.
So we're going to start with this appetizer, babe,
Yes,
and then we'll jump into there. So I'm going to split this so we each have some cards to open.
Okay.
Or show.
Right on.
How's that?
Sounds good. Who's going first?
Me.
That's good.
Jason Kidd. BJ Tyler. Anthony Goldwire. Jim McIlvaine. Patrick Ewing, Centers of Attention.
Nice.
That's a checklist for Basketball Draft 94. Sean Tarver. Byron Starks. Wesley Person. Glenn Robinson. Abdul Fox. Eric Montross.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh, this is so
My
good.
favorite set of all time. Here we go.
Alonzo Mourning.
Next to Stadium Club 92.
John Stockton. Chuck Person. John Barry, Ron Cycli, Ricky Pierce, J.R. Reed, Sean Elliott. Did I miss one?
No.
Oh, okay. Scott Skiles, Donald Royal, Charles Oakley, Lloyd Daniels, Stacey King.
Rest in peace.
I'm going to put it down just because.
It's a nice card of his, too.
Gerald Wilkins, Lloyd Daniels, Lou Edwards, Hornacek, Johnson, Will Perdue. Here we go. Sean Kemp, Rick Fox, and Luke Longley.
I Luke Longley at you all the time. Bill Cartwright, Chris Mullen, Bill Lampier, Mookie Blaylock, John Concack. I love him, he's so great. Kevin Gamble, Larry Johnson, Grandmama.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Scottie Pippen.
My boy Pippen.
Scott Williams, Danny Ferry, Mike Uzzolino, Dikembe.
Rest in peace.
Kemp, the art card.
That's cool.
Dope. Stacey Ogman, Mookie Blaylock, Adam Keefe. Oh, we do have some Stadium Club in here. Oliver Miller, draft pick. Alonzo Mourning, draft pick.
Yes, babe.
Yeah. Billy Owens. He was good. Adam Keefe, Greg Grant. Oh, Grant's block seals the series win. That's Pippen in the background. That's sweet. Put that there. Larry Johnson. Nice. Hornacek. Is that stuck? Yeah, to Sam Mitchell, I guess. Dennis Rodman.
Nice.
Radislav Surcic, Robert Pack, Christian Leitner, Members Choice, Howard Joe Dumars, Sam Mitchell, Chuck Person, Mitch Richmond, Danny Ainge, Reggie Smith draft pick, Tony Bennett, not the singer, Brian Howard, Dennis Rodman again. We're on to some hoops. Brian Stith, Anthony Bowie, BJ Armstrong, PC, Terry Davis, Mark Aguirre, Victor Alexander, Cummings, Larry Johnson, All-Star, and Phil Jackson, Coach Card.
Nice.
All
right. Now we can each start digging into
the box.
Into our boxes.
Yeah, and they're both full.
Yeah, they are.
We were
wild.
Oh, good. You got more 93, 94 Fleer? Heck yeah.
All right. Here we go. Danny Ferry, Scottie Pippen, love it. Will Perdue, Kenny Gaddison, Bimbo Coles, D. Brown.
Nice.
There we go. Kevin Gamble, Kenny Smith, Willie Anderson, John Williams, Xavier McDaniel, Dwayne Farrell, Kevin McHale, Kenny Gaddison, John Paxson, John Battle, Mike Sanders, Doug Smith, Dan Eisel, Mark Macon, John Sally, Tim Hardaway,
Nice.
James Edwards, Glenn Rice, Lou Edwards, Fred Roberts, Sam Mitchell, Mookie, Anthony, Ron Anderson, Tim Perry, Danny Ainge. We got Dale Ellis, Buck Williams, Mario, Knight, Harvey Grant, got Carl Malone, J.R. Reed, Sean Elliott, Spud Webb, Cedric, Tim Perry, Tony Campbell, Lee Mayberry, Brad Lowhouse, Vern Fleming, Kenny Smith, Hubert Davis, Dennis Rodman, Terry Mills, Bryant Smith, and Dikembe.
Nice.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. All right, Kenny Anderson. Stuck to Sam Bowie. Okay, I think some of these are going to be a little stuck. Chucky Brown, Derek Coleman, Chris Dudley, Chris Morris, Ramil Robinson, Greg Anthony, Orlando Blackman. These, might be stuck, but they aren't really like peeling up too bad. Tony Campbell. I say that now I have one that's really hard. Hubert Davis. Patrick Ewing. Okay. Anthony Mason. I think I'm going to run the Knicks cards right now. Charles Oakley. Come on, fella. Doc
Maybe it's
Rivers.
because they're uncursed.
Yes. Maybe it's because they're uncursed. John Starks. Nick Anderson. Anthony Bowie. This would be nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that what you were going to
I was
say?
about to say, wouldn't it be nice if we pulled a Shaq? And we did. Donald Royal. We don't have that Shaq for our PC either. Dennis Scott. Either. Scott Skiles. Tom Tolbert. Jeff Turner. Big Ronnie Anderson. Johnny Dawkins. Oh my goodness. Who you stuck to? Hersey Hawkins. Jeff Hornacek. Andrew Lang. Tim Perry. Clarence Weatherspoon. Then we got 92 Fleer. Paxson. Of the John Persuasion. John Battle. Terrell Brandon. Craig Elo. Mark Price. Mike Sanders. John Williams. Adebayo. Terry Davis, Donald Hodge, Rodney McCray, Doug Smith, Dan Issel, whatever, Marcus Liberty, Mark Macon, Dikembe.
Nice. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Mark Aguirre, Joe Dumars, Olden Polynice, Dennis Rodman, John Sally, Big Zeke. I say big because he's a little fella. Darrell Walker, Orlando Woolridge, Victor Alexander, back to 93 Fleer, Buck Williams, Anthony Bonner, Dwayne Coswell, Mitch Richmond, Lionel Simmons, Wayman Tisdale, Rod Strickland, Cliff Robinson, Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey, Ellie, Spud Webb, Walt Williams, Antoine Carr, Kevin Duckworth, Clyde the Glide Drexler, Mark Bryant, Mark West, Richard Dumas, Kevin Johnson, who's stuck to Najeel Knight, Dan Marley, Oliver Miller, Tom Chambers, and Cedric Sabalas.
All right.
This has been some good boxes here.
Yes. All right.
Oh, nice. 92 Ultra.
Oh, man. Okay. John Williams. Kevin Lowry. That's BJ. Aha! Look what we have here. I have pulled the first Jordan, even though it's a third of a Jordan.
That's all right. It's going to go up top, I think.
Yes, it is. All right. Hakeem.
Nice.
Mark Price. Isaiah.
We could throw that Mark Price as All-Star.
I realized I set that down and then I shouldn't have. Brian Hill. David Benoit.
Issel.
Phil Jackson. Chris Ford. Don McLean. Michael Adams. Tyrone Corbin.
So hoops with Pippen in the background.
Pippen. I'm going to put it here.
Yeah.
Dan Issel, Phil Jackson, Lenny Wilkins, also rest in peace. Didn't he die recently?
Yeah.
Antoine Carr. Andre Fetizov, Anthony Goldwire, Kevin Salvadori, Eric.
Piakowski.
Wow, that's so many letters that aren't pronounced. Don't understand it. Dickie Simpkins, Dan Marley, Chuck Person, Isaiah Thomas.
I'm talking quiet.
Frank Johnson, George Kite, Don McLean, Anthony Mason, John Starks, Chris Morris, Cedric, Hakeem, John Stockton, Randy White, Carl Malone, Felton Spencer, Ken Norman, George McLeod, Dale Ellis, Otis Thorpe, Scott Brooks, Elvin Robertson, Mark Aguirre, Mark Macon, Sean Rooks, Randy White, Doug Smith, Jim Jackson, Mike, Joe Klein, Reggie Lewis,
Nice.
Kevin McGale, Luke Longley, Nick Anderson, Cedric, Tom Chambers, and Kevin Johnson.
Nice.
I think I started talking quietly because I was saying names wrong.
I know. Brad Lohaus. Doug Overton. Keith Jennings. Brian Howard. Kenny Williams. Kevin Johnson slam dunk. That's cool. Charles Barkley slam dunk.
I
Even
think
better.
that's our first Charles.
Yeah. Ron Harper. Brett Roberts. Elmore Spencer. The Googs. Marlon Maxey. Darren Archibald. Damon Sweat. Sean Miller. Kia Rogers. Darren Morningstar. Adam Keefe. Robert Ory. We'll put that down. Damon Patterson. Tony Bennett, not the singer. Christian Leitner. Judd Buechler, I think it is. Walter Palmer. Chris Stowiak. Mitchell. Vincent Askew. Travis Mays. Muggsy Bogues. We got some 90... What is this, 92? No, 93 Upper Deck. Allah Abdelnabi. Lionel Simmons. Sarunas. Sam Cassell.
Are we keeping any of them Muggsy, or is that someone? No, not Muggsy.
No.
I was thinking somebody else.
Kendall Gill, I think. Laterio Green. John Stockton. Nice. John Starks. Ricky Pierce. Terry Mills. Abdelnabi again. Glenn Rice. Luther Wright. Larry Johnson and Muggsy. Pacers team card. Kenny Anderson. Steph's dad. Scott Hastings.
Daddy Dell.
Daddy Dell, yes. Derek Harper. Larry Stewart. Ricky Pierce. Mark Macon. J.R. Reed. Dennis Rodman, league leader. Googs. Stockton, league leader. Barkley, award winner. Akeem, award winner. Shaq, award winner.
What?
Yeah. Cliff Robinson. We got some art cards. Sean Kemp. Lonzo Mourning again. Hakeem the Dream. Stockton. Dominique. Yeah. Checklists. What we got? Oh, that thing is... What is up with that? Oh. Whoa. Okay, it is two cards together. They're both destroyed. But it's okay. I think they...
Want me to work on it?
Yeah, I know. They're both hammered. It's Clyde Drexler on one side, Patrick Ewing on the other. It looks like they were like maybe put together for some reason. Ronnie Cycli. This is the imports. Oh my gosh. Gugliotta. Okay, so these we're going to put to the side because we might have to put that in the bag and freeze them. Corey Blunt, Tarkanian, Benoit Benjamin, Michael Cage, Eddie Johnson, Buck Johnson, LeBradford Smith, Larry Stewart. Come on. Show yourself. Oh, that's a BJ Armstrong. Okay, league leader. Yeet. Cedric Sabalos, Larry Johnson, league leader. Michael Jordan, league leader.
Yay!
All right. Hakeem. Mark Price. Checklist. Reggie Lewis. D. Brown. Lonzo Mourning, rookie.
Nice.
Larry Johnson. Dwayne Farrell. Looks like these are kind of like in teams here. Dominique Wilkins. On the Celtics, Bagley. Larry Bird. First Larry Bird there. D. Brown. Rick Fox. McHale. Parrish. Pinckney. Some of the Hornets. Muggsy Bogues. Kenny Gaddison. Kendall Gill. Larry Johnson. Johnny Newman. We got BJ Armstrong. Bill Cartwright, Phil Jackson, Danny Ainge, Charles Barkley.
Wow, that was an amazing run right there.
Yes. That Jordan is off-centered, but it's still a Jordan, and we'll take it all day.
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the left, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll move this out the way.
Okay. Jerome Kersey, Terry Cummings, Lee Mayberry, Lance Blanks, Brad Sellers, Raphael Addison, Eric Anderson, Laterial Green, Tom Tolbert, Adam Keefe, Marcus Webb, Alonzo, rookie.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet. This is really crooked. Yeah. Bobby Phils, Brian Howard, Kevin Brooks, Danny Young, Anthony Avent, Tracy Murray, Dikembe, Larry Johnson, Stanley Roberts, Mario Ely, Doc Rivers, Sean, I always want to say Brooks, but it's Brooks, Xavier, LeBradford, Reggie Lewis, Chris Mullen, Elmore Spencer, Walt Williams, Gundars Vetra, LaSalle, Steve Bardo, Scott Williams, Bo Kimball, Tim Perry, Kevin Lynch, Doug Overton, LaFonso Ellis, Anthony Avent, Matt Geiger, Mark Johnson, Scottie Pippen, All-Star Weekend, Charles Barkley, Walt Williams, Harvey Grant, Elvin Robertson, Scotty. This is Mark Price. We got a checklist with Jordan on the back.
Nice. I'm gonna move my box. You put that up top where the Jordans go. Move my box out the way. I'm crowding.
Fat Lever, Danny Manning, Christian Leitner, looking all spiffy. Larry Bird. Who is it, baby?
Doug Overton. It's probably wrong.
Derek Harper. We got Kendall Gill and Larry Johnson. Rod Strickland, LeBradford, Kevin Duckworth, Luke Longley, Carl Malone, Reggie Lewis, Paul Graham, George McLeod, Detlef, Kenny Smith, Robert Parrish, and Todd Day.
Nice. All right, let me grab another handful here. Mitch Richmond, Willie Anderson, Stacey Ogman. Some of these feel thick, but they're not. Vlade, Dan Marley, Chris Mullen, Adam Keefe, Vlade, Larry Johnson, Charles Outlaw, Kevin Gamble. We got some neat looking stuff coming up, maybe. Randy Brown, Jim Jackson, Alfonso Ellis, Bryant Stith. That's Dan Marley again. Reggie Miller Players Club.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Looks like he's stuck to Mitch Richmond. Dan Marley? That's a neat Dan Marley. I'll put that one down. Pacific Crown Collection. That's checklists. Signature Series. Stacey Ogman. Jawan Howard for Sport. Glenn Robinson Tip-Off. Clarence Weatherspoon. That's Clyde Drexler right there. Karl Malone. Lonzo Mourning. All-Star Advice. Stockton. BJ. Antonio Davis. Scott Skiles. Matt Geiger, Kenny Smith, Anthony Bowie, JoJo Inglis, not the circus clown, Cedric Ceballos, Michael Adams, who played for the Hornets apparently, Benoit Benjamin, Larry Johnson, Jay Humphreys, Nick Van Exel, Donnie Marshall, Ron Harper, Byron Houston, Patrick Ewing, Keith Jennings, Willie Anderson, Harvey Grant, Cedric Ceballos. That's a special edition. I'll put that down. Dan Shays, Isaiah Thomas, Charles Barkley, Hakeem, Pippen, and BJ. This is Bulls Stampede to third NBA championship. Jeff Turner, Hersey Hawkins, Hoop It Up, SD Brown, Muggsy and Alonzo Mourning, Joe Dumars, Chris Webber, Cedric Henderson, Dino Raja, Antoine Carr, stuck to Popeye Jones, Hubert Davis, Ricky Pierce, Purvis Ellison. We got Silver Signature, Benoit Benjamin. Silver Signature, Bobby Hurley, rookie. Okay, I'll put the silver signatures down. Avery Johnson, Kevin Johnson, Dennis Rodman, Hornacek, Lucius, Carmelone, Kevin Edwards, Ben Baker, Bob Martin, David Robinson, first David Robinson, Luther Wright, Nikhil Knight, Sadale Threat, BJ. Dennis Scott, who's stuck to Mike Brown. Anthony Bonner, Irvin Johnson, Charles Oakley, Doug Edwards, Muggsy, stuck to David Wesley, Mark Jackson, Vinny DeNegro, Chris Mills, Billy Owens, Luttrell, Scott Brooks, Chris Mullen, Sarunas, Byron Houston, Tim Hardaway, Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Paulinese, Bill Lambier, Joe Dumars. We'll move our hit stack out the way because we have so many.
Oh, got some wild.
Some wild cards?
Yes.
Yeah, you're very wild in your wild cards.
Andrew Gaze, Cedric Henderson, Checklist. Kevin Brooks, Pace Mannion, Taryn Mays, Anthony Avent, Tom Copa, Jay Vincent, Terrence Stansberry, and Sean Green, Victor Alexander, Stanley Jackson, Joe Harvell, Brian Edwards, Spencer Dunkley, Ron Curry, Sam Crawford, Burrell, Tony Kukoc.
Nice.
What's the gold thing at the bottom?
That's the special classic for sport.
Oh, yep, the four. Okay. Lindsey Hunter Jr., Jamal Mashburn, Walters, Ed Stokes, Seltzer, James Robinson, Stacy Poole, and Peplowski for that little stack. Okay, I took kind of a big one. Sorry about that.
No, that's good.
Cassell, Murrison, Chris Whitney, Tim Brooks. The writing is very hard to read. Alfonso Ford, Eddie Rivera, Wilf something, Gene Littles, Doc Rivers, Bob Hill, Detlef, Willie, Casey, Danny Ainge, Rex Chapman, Bob Weiss, Tim Hardaway, Chris Dudley, Kevin Lowry, Brad Davis, Eric Floyd, Don Chaney, Gerald Wilkins, Michael Williams, Isaiah Thomas, Bobby Hansen,
Bobby.
Sam Mitchell, stuck to Stephen Howard, Malik Seeley, Kiki Vanda Wedgie. It's Vandaway, you guys. I'm kidding. Alex Stivrins.
Stivrins, yeah.
Vincent Askew, Danny Ainge, Tony Campbell, Kevin Johnson, Tony Bennett, Sam Mitchell, Stephen Howard, Dwayne Cooper, Lloyd Daniels, Manute Bull, man, those arms, man. Donald Royal, Kurt Rambis, John Crotty, Dave Jamerson, Christian Leitner, Kirchich.
We got some archives coming up.
Who are you stuck to?
John Bagley.
John Bagley, Sidney Green, Vern Fleming.
Mark Price.
You got it, boss. Kendall Gill and Larry Johnson. Danny Ainge, Jeff Grayer, Charles Smith, Danny Manning, Tyrone Hill, Mark West,
Muggsy. Kenny Smith. I don't know. Donald Royal, I think. Mitch Richmond.
Michael Williams, Don McLean, Kendall Gill,
Nice.
Mark Aguirre, Elvin Robertson, Xavier McDaniel, Carl Malone, LaFonso,
Michael Adams.
Excuse you, bless you, you're right,
Ricky Pierce.
yes, and Allah Abdelnabi.
All right. Burkowski, John Barry, Anthony Avent, Steve Smith, Brian Shaw, Cycly, Sally, Glenn Rice, Baby Jordan, Harold Miner, Grant Long, Bimbo Coles, James We're Not Worthy, Anthony Peeler, Sadale Threat, Dikembe, Robert Pack, Bryant Stith, Reggie Williams, Mark Masson, Marcus Liberty, LaFonso Ellis, Mohamed Abdul Rauf, Randy White, BJ Armstrong, David Wingate, Johnny Newman, Alonzo Mourning, Kendall Gill. One of my favorite Kendall Gill cards is that one right there. Come on. Lego. To Larry Johnson, Kenny Gaddison, Daddy Dell, Muggsy, Robert Parrish, X-Man, Reggie Lewis, Reebok pumps. Reebok pump alert on that shirt. Shoe. D. Brown, Sherm the Worm Douglas, Rick Fox, Kevin Gamble, Dan Marley, Jerome Kersey, Tisdale, Unseld, Pippin.
That's a cool card.
That's a nice Pippin right there. Olden Polynice, Aguirre, Stockton League leader, Polynice again, Pippin Schoolyard Stars, Vernon Maxwell, David Robinson, Terry Porter, Buck Williams, Willie Anderson, Benoit Benjamin, Johnny Dawkins, Doc Rivers, Brian Shaw, Mitch Richmond, Kevin Johnson, running some 92 Fleer Ultra, Chris Gatling, Timmy Hardaway. Oh, he looks so scrawny in that one. Sleepy Floyd. He still kicked my butt, but it's whatever. Avery Johnson, Detlef Schrempf, Danny Manning, Doc Rivers, Buck Williams, Todd Day, rookie, Marlon Maxey, rookie, Chris Smith, rookie, Mr. Cheeks, Judd Buechler, checklist, Stephen Howard, Danny Ferry, Walter Bond, Kevin Brooks, Joe Glass, Kemp, dunk rank,
Nice.
sweet card, Parrish, dunk rank, Keith Jennings, Danny Young, Brian Howard, and Bobby Phils. Hey, Bobby. What's going on, Bobby?
Jeff Grayer, Larry Johnson,
Nice.
Rich Dumas, Alvaro Taharon, Terrell Brandon, Mark Macon, Brian Shorter, Keith Mr. Jennings, Alvaro Taharon, Pete Chilcutt, Anthony Jones, another Alvaro, Donald Hodge, Chad Gallagher, Randy Brown, Pete Chilcutt, Victor Alexander, Mark Macon, Brian Shorter, Billy Owens, Greg Anthony, Darren Chancellor, Rick Mahorn, Mark Randall, Brad Sellers, Bob McCann, Todd Day, Anthony Avent, Mark Jackson, Pooh Richardson, Dan Marley, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Johnson, Byron Scott, Robert Parrish, Patrick Ewing, Larry Nance, Charles Barkley,
Ooh, that's
Sean
a nice one.
Kemp,
We don't have that one.
Larry Nance, Kenny Walker, Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Robert Parrish, Dennis Rodman, Patrick Ewing, and Brad Lohaus.
Man, I thought you were going to end up with a Jordan in there, too.
I did too. I was like waiting.
All right, let's see. John Williams, Gerald Wilkins, Mike Sanders, Mark Price, Larry Nance, Danny Ferry, Craig Elo, Stuck to, Brad Doherty, Terrell Brandon, Scott Williams, Scottie Pippen, Will Perdue, Bill Cartwright. Show me a Jordan in here. Horace Grant, show me a Jordan in here. Stacey King, we're putting that one down. It's cool. John Paxson. Yeah. We got some Topps Treasury. So that's Mike Conley. Dominique Wilkins. Michael Red. McCants. Dang. That is Brad Miller. Chris Paul. Yep. Manu Ginobili. Kevin Durant. Joey Dorsey rookie card. Muggsy apparently played on the Warriors for a bit. Corliss Williamson. Is that Rudy Gay? Sure is. Jeff Green. Which Wallace is this? Gerald Wallace. Hakeem Olajuwon. That's a cool upper deck. Game Day. Glenn Rice Game Day. We'll put those both down. Stojakovic. John Stockton. BJ Armstrong. Jim Less. Charles Barkley. Tim Hardaway. Ooh, the game phase. Look at the game phase. Chuck Person. Dwayne Coswell. Richard Hamilton. Robin Lopez. Jason Kidd. Daryl Arthur. Brandon Roy, Gerald Bayless, Dan Marley, Checklist, Jalen Rose, Rod Strickland, Benoit Benjamin, and Derek Alston draft pick.
Whew. Winston Garland, which is on Derek Coleman, which is ripped. Sean Kemp with some stuff.
Get some peel up.
We got Carl Herrera, John Konkak, Muggsy Bogues, the Clippers, Phil Jackson, Cliff Livingston, Mark Price, Greg Grant, Tom Hammonds, Anthony Peeler, Eric Anderson, Sherman Douglas, Doc Rivers, David Robinson, Stacey Osman, Derek Coleman, Sherman Douglas, Tom Hammonds, Trent Tucker, Jay Geidinger, Tracy Moore, Robert Pack, which is stuck to Bryant Stith, Terry Mills, Scott Brooks, Mark Jackson, Trailblazers, don't know who it is. Doug Christie. I hate the
That's
ones
Joe
without
Dumars.
names. Drazen, Bimbo, Larry Smith. We've got the Lakers.
The Blazers again.
The Blazers, Clyde Drexler, and Mark Eaton, Michael Williams,
Kevin Johnson.
Alonzo Mourning.
That's a rookie card.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, top prospects. Elvin Robertson, Scott Brooks, John Konkak, Anthony Bowie, Marcus Liberty, Detlef, George McLeod, Lance Blanks, Kevin Gamble, Terry Cummings, Doc Rivers, Danny Manning, Sleepy Floyd, AJ English, Purvis Ellison, Liddell Eagles, Michael Adams, the wrong Michael, Gerald Glass, Thurl Bailey, Frank Burkowski, Reggie Miller, Dale Davis, Reggie Williams, Dikembe, Scott Williams, Scottie Pippen,
Nice.
Will Purdue, John Paxson, Chris Jackson, Kevin Brooks, and Raphael Addison and Lance Blanks.
All right.
Ugh.
I'm going to do a run of 93, 94 fleet here. Ricky Pierce, Sam Perkins, Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Derek McKee, Sean Kemp, Eddie Johnson, Michael Cage, David Robinson, J.R. Reed, Avery Johnson, Dale Ellis, Del Negro, Cummings, Abdelnabi, Dominique Wilkins. I think he's stuck to Kevin Willis. You guys got to let each other go, man. Adam Keefe, stuck to John Konkak, Paul Graham, Dwayne Farrell, Stacey Ogman, Mookie, Harvey Grant, Purvis Ellison, Rex Chapman, Michael Adams, Stockton, Malone, Heather Malone, Larry Kristoyak, Jay Humphreys, Mark Eaton, Corbin, David Benoit, Doug Smith, Jimmy Jackson. Really stuck to Sean Rooks. I just ripped that one up. Usolino, Derek Harper, and Terry Davis.
All right, I think we're down to second to last handful here.
Yeah, and I got my last one right here.
Derek McKee, J.R. Reed, Sean Elliott, John Starks, LaFonso, Reggie Williams, Isaiah Thomas, Tim Hardaway, Vern Fleming, Rick Smits, Ron Harper, Danny Manning, Grant Long, Steve Smith, Eric Murdoch, Dwayne Coswell, Dale Ellis. We've got Chris Smith, Lloyd Vaught, Willie Burton,
Brad Daugherty,
Jeff Hornacek, Lloyd Vaught, Jim Less, Donald Hodge, Kevin Willis, Ed Pinkney, Anthony Peeler, Checklist, Jeff Hornacek, Clarence Weatherspoon, Tony Smith, Lee Mayberry, Hersey Hawkins, Raphael Addison, Robert Ory, Brad Doherty, Paul Graham, David Robinson.
That is hammered.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Andrew Lang, Mario Ely, Clyde Drexler, Rolando, Larry Chris Joyawake, Terry Mills, Vincent Askew, Chuck Person, Terry Davis, Mark Jackson, Chris Mullen. A checklist. Jaron Jackson, Stacy King, Vinny Del Negro, David Johnson, John Sally, Brian Howard, Tony Campbell, Latrell Sprewell, 92 draft pick.
Nice. Followed by the...
Alonzo Mourning, 92 draft pick.
Nice.
Robert Wordman, 92 draft pick. Clyde Drexler. Hi, Ari. Rolando Blackman and Tom Tolbert.
Nice. My last handful is Dominique Wilkins on the Clippers, signed with the Celtics. That confuses a lot of people. Sadale Threat, Nick Van Exel, Isaiah Ryder, Doug West, PJ Brown, Derek Coleman, Kevin Edwards, Chris Morris, Anthony Mason, Scott Skiles, Greg Graham, Clarence Weatherspoon, Oliver Miller, Clyde Drexler, Harvey Grant, James Robinson, Mitch Richmond, yes. Lionel Simmons, J.R. Reed, Nate McMillan, Reggie Miller, NBA on NBC. Dynamic Duels, Penny Hardaway and Steve Smith. You got Lindsey Hunter and Kenny Anderson, Sean Bradley and George Marasan. Bradley Rager Rookies, Aguirre, Addison, Doug West. Who you stuck to? Michael Williams. Felton Spencer, Chuck Person, Luke Longley, Christian Leitner, Thurl Bailey, Murdoch, Mayberry, Lojas Edwards, and Todd Day to finish me off.
All right, last stack magic.
All right.
Marlon Maxey, Joe Dumars, John Barry, Marty Conlon, Michael Williams, Tony Bennett, John Williams, Rodney McCray, Marcus Liberty, Daryl Walker, Sarunas, Billy Owens, Kenny Smith, Dale Davis, Bob Hill, Reggie Miller, Larry Brown, Ron Harper, Eldon Campbell again, Terry Teagle, Kevin Lowry. Oh, we got here BJ.
There you go.
We got the Trailblazers, the Jazz. We've got anybody.
No.
Alley-oop dunk with Sean Kemp, Karl Malone, special delivery dunk, Todd Day, Kenny Williams, Pooh Richardson, Latrell Sprewell, Keith Jennings, Scott Hastings, Elmore Spencer, Anthony Peeler, Keith Askins, Chris Smith, Jason Williams, Eric Anderson, Jerry Reynolds, Greg Grant, Danny Ainge, Mark Bryant, Jim Less, Rich King, Stephen Howard, Charles Jones, Vinny, Dale, Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Morris, Larry Nance. All right, now we have Glenn Rice, James Worthy, Sadale Threat, Anthony Peeler, Doug Christie, Eldon Campbell, Sam Mitchell, and Karl Malone.
All right, so 3 Jordans and 2 pretty big hit stacks.
I don't think you can complain about any of that.
No way, bro.
Especially for $10.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we'll unbrick this. We know Gugliotta's on the back, and we know Cycly's on the front, but we don't know who's in the middle. So we'll unbrick that and do a special reel just for the unbricking.
Sounds fun.
Awesome.
Way to go.
Yeah. So what'd you think? $10? I mean, I think you made that pretty good.
I do too. That was
right.
sweet.
Yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments, and we'll catch you on the flip side, friends.
Bye.
Bye.